am so excited that you're here for my Sunday reset video. I'm just starting out in my daughter's new bedroom, just tidying up, straightening things, opening up the windows to get some natural light in here. I'm currently 35 weeks pregnant, so we are moving my daughter, who is going to be 18 months here shortly, into a new bedroom. So when baby arrives, they will move right on into the nursery. We've slowly been moving items into this room that my daughter Josie uses or that we want her to use in this room, and she's gotten into books recently. So we've been doing bedtime reading in here, and we're hoping that will make the transition into her new big girl room a little smoother. But you never know with toddlers. I feel like the more that you prepare, the crazier they are and the harder it is. So we'll see what happens. I'm just straightening up some of her toys that we've moved in here. This has helped her with her want to be in this room. You'll see me start to straighten up some of these books, and she totally destroys these, but straightening them up and making them look nice makes my heart happy. Just moved into our landing, and this area is really not that bad. It can kind of become a catch-all for things that need to just go upstairs into certain rooms or to go back downstairs. So I'm just trying to organize into piles, and I've moved now into my husband's office and my office, but I don't really use an office except for crafting and different things like that. So just straightening and putting away some items here. Now I'm dusting the stairs. I never really did this before I had Josie, which is kind of disgusting, but as she moves up and down the stairs, her little fingers leave fingerprint marks, and I decided, yep, it's probably time to clean that up. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video. This is only my third video that I've made and posted to YouTube, and I'm having so much fun doing it, and I hope that I can continue this momentum. As I've mentioned before, I have a daughter who will be 18 months in August, and I am due September 1st with our second. We waited to find out the gender of our first baby, and we're waiting again with this one. It's the best surprise ever, and we are just so excited, but I'm so excited that you are here with me. I feel a little corny saying this, but thank you for being along this journey with me. It's kind of a new journey, and I get to stay home once my new baby's here for the next 2 years. I'm taking an extended maternity leave from teaching. I'm currently a first grade teacher in the Midwest, and I've had so much fun teaching, but this past year with my daughter, I've realized, I have a hard time being a good mom and a good teacher at the same time, and so I'm excited to get to focus on my babies after spending so much time with other people's babies and taking care of them. And here making an appearance is our golden doodle Ellie. This is Josie's best friend, and despite my best efforts, she said Ellie way before she said Mama. How one tiny little human has so many things and creates such a big mess, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Moving on to the biggest disaster of my house is the kitchen. No matter how hard I try, the kitchen never seems to stay clean. I also have this horrible habit of opening my fridge and then leaving the doors wide open. I don't know if you noticed, I went back and shut the fridge door, so I must have opened it at some point and then left it wide open. Such a bad habit, but I'm not quite sure how to stop. Everything having a place, so you'll see here I'm just putting things back in my pantry in their certain areas. Josie likes to rearrange in here, so I'm just straightening up. You'll see the noodles on the floor. It turns out to be a horrible idea. I should have known that to begin with, but stay tuned for that disaster. Never-ending pile of dishes. I really don't mind doing dishes. It's not a chore that I hate or dread doing. I just hate when the sink has like a mounding pile of dishes, or when something has been left in the sink that has old food in it. It just really grosses me out. But dishes really is not a chore that I dread. When you do the dishes, I feel like I start out with a system, and then as I add more and more, I just start shoving and making space for as many items as I can. I recently started using this Scrub Mommy sponge, and I absolutely love it. I didn't know that a sponge could bring me so much joy. I like this Scrub Mommy one instead of the Scrub Daddy one because it has one side that's firm and kind of can scrub at your dishes, and the other side is softer. So I like to use the softer side for my non-stick items so it doesn't, rough those up. But the scrubbing side does not scratch surfaces, so it really does work well to get off those really tough, hard food parts. Plus the little sponge holder on my sink, you can kind of see it there in white, holds the sponge when you're done, so it can just drip down into your sink, and it doesn't like sit in the leftover water of the sponge and make it smell. they're huge Office fans. My husband and I absolutely love to put it on as like our background show, and he found that cup at Walmart the other day and we couldn't resist. Amazing stain cleaner. I think it's Miss Mouth's. I've seen it all over the place and I absolutely love it. It gets out the toughest stains. I let Josie eat her peanut butter and jelly sandwich in it today and she like exploded jelly all over the place, and I got it wet, sprayed the stain stuff on there, and it like immediately magically was pulling it like out of the fabric before I had even picked it up to put it in the washing machine. I love it. It has saved so many clothes. Is a new addition to our many baby and toddler items. Josie hates sitting in her high chair and hates really just sitting for anything. And then whenever we're working on anything up high on the counters, she wants to be in the know, so she wants to be held and picked up. So I actually picked this up on one of the Prime days so she can see what's going on and stand up high next to us. And hopefully we can put her in this and be able to use both of our hands for whatever we're doing or prepping food instead of holding her and trying to do things one-handed. Taking a warm, wet rag to this table to try and get all of the food crumbs and particles and leftover, mac and cheese that's been on here, and get this off before I spray it down and give it a nice clean. Here is my little helper playing in the dog water bowl. I use the term helper loosely, but in all seriousness, it takes so much longer with a toddler, but it is so much more fun. I mean, look at her. She's wanting to help me with the laundry. She even did this at my mom's house the other day. She was helping her, and I think it's the cutest, and it has just been so much fun to have in our lives. Now, laundry is not a chore that I dislike either, and neither is folding really. My big hang up is on putting all the clothes away and hanging them up and getting them in their drawers. What is a chore that you absolutely cannot stand? Comment down below. I told you, just wait for the huge disaster. Toddlers and noodles do not mix well.
Like home decor section from Room Essentials, like the more affordable target, I feel like that, but this is even more affordable. They have in teal as well as in this like salmon mauve color. They do also have matching shower curtains. They have really like trendy.
Basics multi-purpose cleaner, I believe is what it is. I recently have switched to using this because it is clean and is safer around kids, and before I was pregnant with my second, have really been looking into hormone balance and cycle syncing with working out, and so I have been trying a bunch of different things, and I've really liked this brand. cordless vacuum is one of the best Walmart clearance finds that my husband has ever made and purchased. I like to use the cordless vacuum on the hardwood floors or for any quick little pickups or messes. But I'm still very loyal to my corded vacuum on carpets. I just feel like it gets up the dirt and dust just so much better. Satisfying part here is just an overview of all of the spaces that are now cleaned and organized. It just is like a breath of fresh air when everything's in its place and it's all nice and tidy. Obviously my child lives with me, so the playroom did not stay nice and tidy all day after I put things away, but it is in a much better place than where it started. Later on that day, after we put Josie down for bed, I decided to meal plan for the week. I do try to do this every week. Some weeks I'm way better at it than others, but I like to have a plan in place because it makes grocery shopping 100% easier, and then when 4 o'clock comes around during the day, I don't absolutely dread the, oh my gosh, what are we going to make for dinner conversation. I just already have a plan and we can get to it. Also, does anyone else love writing in a planner as much as I do? In college, my absolute favorite time was the start of the semester when I would get my syllabus and I could go through the semester and write everything down and plan it all out. I love using a planner. I love being organized. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but it is definitely something that makes me happy. peek at our meals for the week. Normally we go out to dinner on Fridays, but this week we are having a date night on Sunday. Again, thank you so much for being here and watching my video. If you like this, stick around, subscribe, hit the like button, and join me next Sunday for another video. Bye guys.